now I would like to introduce Rob Spence, the CEO of the Cosgrove Company. They are the sponsors of tonight's reception, and that is the firm that is guiding us with our capital campaign.
I brought my usual 20-minute speech with me, and in light of making it a little bit more brief, I've condensed it. And what I'd like to do is first of all introduce Alan Draney. Many of you probably know him. He's our campaign director who's actually living on site for the entire campaign. And that is our commitment. Our firm does that for 50 years. We have raised money for libraries across the nation from Montana to Florida. And it's our expressed desire to make you completely successful and see your communities grow. And in order to do that, we feel that somebody has to live here and actually live with the campaign, and that's what we do, and that's what Alan's doing. So you'll see him here on weekends, you'll see him here at nights and on early mornings, and that's our commitment to you. And rather than to go into a lot of detail, what I'm going to do is give you a little peek behind the curtains in terms of this campaign. I am a lifelong architectural buff, and I'll just say this one quick disclaimer. My family and I have developed office buildings and shopping centers, and I love buildings. I'm always looking at buildings. My family has to drag me away from them. And I'll tell you, this is honest, and I hope that this doesn't make the newspaper because then it can be Googled. But this, honestly, is one of the coolest, if not the coolest libraries I have seen. And I think that you all will be incredibly proud to have this in your downtown when this is completed, because the charm here is absolutely incredible. And a lot of people don't quite understand what it's like to have a project done and to look at those pictures and those drawings and conceptualize it and be able to understand what it's like to turn the corner downtown and have that magnificent feature there. It is neat. You should be proud. I am proud, and we're just doing a little bit of work on it. So I want you to really, really embrace this. And I know that as people start to learn about this, and they learn about the details of the library building itself, and they learn about the cooperative financing that the foundation has worked with the city, bless you, this is a great deal to have, and you should be proud of it. It's a great model, and the more people that hear about this, I was talking to somebody tonight who said that there was a group of ladies that were listening to this a story about the library and hearing this, and they all started nodding their heads, and they said, well, of course this is what we ought to do. Why don't more people know about this? Embrace this. Go tell everybody about it. This is incredibly exciting. This is eminently reachable. This is a very good campaign, and that's what I'm kind of doing is pulling the curtain back and letting you know that in campaigns that we do, hundreds of them across the country, that this one has a very dynamic nature to it. The community is very, very much behind this. When we did the feasibility study, there's some questions, sure, because this is a lot of money. It's a big project for this size of town, but it is eminently doable. The numbers that we see are eminently doable based upon what we see in other places of the country. The size of the building. People have brought up issues about size. We've seen architectural firms and the library planners, George, one of them, plan for buildings that are this size and a little bit larger for towns that are smaller. And when those projects are done, they have a huge impact on a community, and people brag about their libraries and bring them into town to come see them. So this is the right size for your town. I wholeheartedly believe this. And I believe that George has done a good job at figuring out what the needs are for the long term, and that FEH has done a great job to blend this building into your downtown. And so when I'm pulling the curtain back and showing you what we do at other campaigns, what I see here are things that we don't see in other places. We don't see that dynamic combination between the city and the Library Foundation. I don't see the fact that in other areas, my wife is on the library board in a city just a little bit west of here on the Missouri River that's quite a bit bigger, and I can tell you their library board isn't even close to what your foundation is. They could take some lessons on organizing, on following the needs of the community and the needs of the people. This is so well thought out that you have made our job easy. Now, it's always difficult to go out and ask for money and to raise it, But what I'm saying is that when you sneak behind the curtain and you look at this versus other campaigns, this is so well laid out. You've got great graphics. You've got a great story. You have a great site. You have an eminently doable campaign. And I am so excited about this campaign. I hope all of you are too. And I hope you all stay and eat and drink. And if you have any questions of us, please ask any of us afterwards. We are very proud to be part of this, and I hope to share in your success and can't wait to the groundbreaking. We'll come back and have another reception now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. I have one more person to introduce, but he said he didn't want to talk, so I'll just ask him to stand. It's our honorary campaign chairman, Art Newton. Art's fast, you have to look real quick to see it. I really appreciate your interest and your support. I think our library project boils down to two questions. One, do you believe that our town deserves an intellectual center? And two, are you willing to invest in yourself? If you do, and if you are, then this is your project. Thank you.
Threshold of
Oh, I forgot.
We forgot something.
I forgot something. It was in the other piece of paper in my hand, and I forgot it. And it's really exciting. The summary you have on your tables can be updated. So far, we have 25 campaign volunteers, with many more being recruited. They're currently approaching 165 individuals, families, businesses, corporations, and foundations, of which there are to date 37 commitments, totaling $659,078, which is more than 25% of our campaign goal of $2,600,000. We're very excited about that. I get nervous. I used to be, active in community theater. It was not too hard for me to stand up and be a character saying somebody else's words. When I have to stand up and be myself, I forget important things like this. So thank you.